they denied the Palestinians a country. When they begged and asked for it, they asked for a country. We gave it to them. Okay?
You would have to get on that, all the political stuff.
What countries selling?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, like there's verses, like there are verses in the Bible where the Christian version of God actually like orders, you know, like actual rules for slaves. What do you think about that? Like, I guess my question is like do you think it's more like a Christian God would give rules?
I don't believe God would give rules for slavery itself, but anybody who become prosperous.
Leviticus.
Yeah, Leviticus 25 versus
Leviticus 25 versus what?
Yeah, this is where it's different than indentured servitude, right? Where it's actual slavery, where it's not just it's not the Israelites, right? Because indentured servitude was only for Israelite people, right? The Israelite people, and the verse goes something like, you may take the slaves, you may take the people from the lands around you, you may make them slaves, you may turn them into property, you may pass them down to your kids as property, as inherited property, you know. And then later on in Leviticus as well, it talks about how you're able to teach your slave, you know, until a point where before they like, you know, if they die in 3 days.
I got to reread that, because my understanding, if I remember correct, it does speak about, you know, those around you.
Yeah.
It says you can't let them become a part of your heritage. Is what it's telling them. You know what I mean? And if they do, they can work for their pay. Okay. And if they end up stealing from you, again, rules of stealing or murder or a couple other different things. But I don't remember them saying you can take them as slaves.
Like there are several. I don't know which Bible you read, but there are like several different translations, several versions. It's the King James Bible, the KHV. You know, like there are a bunch of different sets and versions of Bible.
I know about them all, man. I read the King James version though.
Right.
You know, I know there's new language, new study Bible. Different ones. I know.
Yeah, and also the different translations. Like it was in Hebrew, then it was translated into Greek. You know, and translated like. You know,
yeah, because see, another thing is you got to remember this too, though, is that, you know, when you breaking down the language barrier, right? What you think this sounds like, it's not.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
They're the same words. They're the same wording. Don't get me wrong. They're the same wording, but it has a different meaning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because their understanding of hoe might be different from your understanding of hoe. You know what I'm saying? You may be talking about a prostitute. He's talking about a tool.
Yeah, tool.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's kind of hard to understand when, you know, dealing with the average Bible, per se.
Yeah, I suppose when they translated it as like property, right? They could have meant something other than property, right? Yeah. It could be, you know, something similar.
Yeah, because I don't believe God would tell nobody to enslave someone.
Right. Like you don't believe God is an evil being, is what you're saying.
Nah, I don't believe God is evil.
All right.
You know what I mean? People make him evil.
All right. People make him evil.
Well, I mean, you know, there's got to be. You got to understand. There's got to be balance, man. There's always going to be good and evil. You know, you ever seen that saying where you got the fishes with one white fish with a black dot and one black fish with a white dot?
Yeah.
Do you understand that concept?
Yin and yang.
Yin and yang.
Huh?
Yin and yang.
Yin and yang is the concept.
Yin and yang.
I haven't seen it.
Yin and yang. The concept is that well, this is yin and yang is sort of it's Buddhist, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Buddhist what?
It's Buddhist, right? It's like originates in Asia.
Buddhist, yeah.
Right, but it's basically the concept that everything, like the universe, has balance, right? There's always darkness, there's always good, right? There's always light, right? And that's kind of, you know, where the balance
What they're
is.
saying is the white fish, That's all good.
Right.
But there's a little bit of evil in that white.
Right.
Okay? When you go to the evil fish, the black fish, there's a little white in there. And it tells you it's always going to be good. No matter how much bad you got. You understand now? Concept of that? Well, that's the truth of God. Is all the good that he has. That's why the devil was kicked out.
Right.
Because he brought that black dot into all the white.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when he did that, he had to bring, you know, a balance to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because he knew now this is coming into the world now. This evil. You know what I mean? That was never was before. Now it's here now. Right. And so, you know, and man brung it. You know what I mean? By not listening, you know.
All right, so this is a good question. How much of the Bible do you consider to be true? Like percentage-wise, like 100%?
75%.
75%. Interesting.
Yeah,
sure.
About 75%.
All right, do you consider the Adam and Eve story to be 100% true?
I believe it. I believe it may not be actuality of Adam.
I get the time.
But disobedience from somewhere, and that's what they use as a metaphor for that discipline, you know, to come into play. Right. You know how
so the Adam and Eve story.
Listen, and this is what happens when you don't listen to God. Right. And when you bring this about, no matter who it is, it could be the woman you love. Evil can be brought into your house through her, right. Which it was, if you know, through the message. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we have personally, we have a different view on that. Would you like to spit that off?
Which part of it? Because there's a lot of it. With the story of Adam and Eve, right? It would seem, right, at least in our view, right, it would seem that it's not only, you know, God's fault that they, you know, even were able to interact with the trees at all, right? Because there's the tree of life and then the tree of knowledge of good and evil, right?
And like for example, like they didn't have the knowledge of good and evil, so like how could they really make like the wrong choice or a bad choice? You know,
God had already given Adam, so he didn't give it to her.
Right.
If you read your Bible, you'll see it. God didn't give it to her.
Yeah,
God gave it to Adam.
God didn't tell Eve, right? But later on, the serpent, right, reiterates, you know what happens, right, to Eve. And Eve's like, yeah, God had said, this is what happened. Okay. So it seems like she...
Listen. Let me enlighten you on that. Right. Everything that God taught Adam, he taught the ones he loved. Okay? So he told her about it. But a woman is weak. You understand what I'm saying? Her strength comes from her man. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't believe in that, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? You know, when Adam gave Eve the instructions, he was to instruct her. Okay? When he instructed her, she knew now. I ain't supposed to go over there. I ain't supposed to mess with this, and I ain't supposed. Because she said God told us. He told, you know.
But she couldn't have known it was wrong. Right?
No, she couldn't have known. She couldn't have known. Eve couldn't have known nothing. Let me tell you something too. If Adam would have kept walking in righteousness with God, we'd have never seen sin. See, man, by him walking over there and falling under the curse of his woman. Hey, by him falling under the curse of his woman. By him falling under the curse of his woman, right? That's what he's saying that. You hear me? You should have never fell under the curse of your woman. You should always fall under the curse of God. If God tell you something, walk with that. If he'd have never, because God didn't hold nobody accountable but Adam, because that's who he taught. That's who he told. So when you hear him walk into the Garden of Eden and he say, hey, where y'all at? He know where they at. Well, see, God is about truth. And he has to hear the truth before he can act. You see what I'm saying? He could have smited that snake right then and there. You know what I mean? But God is a God of righteousness. So he has to hear it come true. The truth come. And he asked him. All he had to do is say, God, I done wrong. See, he forgives you today, right?
That's what they say. Yes.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
concept.
He would have forgave him right then if they'd have did it. If they didn't.
Right.
Adam? Do it on who? Eve? Do it on the snake.
Right. That's
Nobody-
going to go into a completely different concept if we're going to go into like original sin all the way to the point of Jesus. Like we're gonna be here for a while. If we're gonna take that
I'm not
trade.
gonna hold you guys here. You can take off.
No. It's like it's absolutely no problem. We love having this conversation. Stuff like that. But it's just gonna be a lot. All right. But the point I really want to touch up on when it comes to the story of Genesis is like the serpent told the truth and God lied.
Where God lied?
When he said, "Don't eat from the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, or you will surely die that day."
No, he didn't. He said, "Or you will surely die that day." He didn't say that day.
Well, when you reverse translate the Hebrew, right, it refers to death, right, a physical death of that day, right. So when they use it later on in the Bible, right, they use the same because there's a lot of death in the Bible. They talk about death, dying.
I don't know because I don't know Hebrew.
Yeah. No, this is just from this is the the academic consensus of what it says, right? So this is what
I don't know.
This is just the scholars.
Hebrew.
Scholarly consensus.
But
What
I
I
do know King James Version.
Yeah.
The King James version.
King James Version did not say that day.
Yeah.
He told him you will surely die. And what he meant by is die is your spirit's gonna die.
Right.
All right.
Yeah,
But
Everything that we do, you know what I mean, to the human body,
I was just
is
gonna
done
say,
to the body.
yeah.
But when we lie, cheat, and steal and do what is wrong, we kill the soul.
Right.
Because see, God can't accept that up with him.
Right.
So he gave us Jesus Christ to die and overcome those sins. But just because he overcomes those sins don't mean you finna go into heaven because Jesus covered your sins. No. What you do is you ask for that forgiveness. And through that, God looks at Jesus in you.
All right. Can you go to heaven without believing in the religion?
Can you go to heaven without believing
without asking for forgiveness to be specific?
No, you can't go into heaven, man. You have to. That's why Adam and Eve they couldn't stay in the Garden of Eden. Because they would not bring truth.
Hold on. The reason that they couldn't stay in the garden, right, specifically is that so that they wouldn't become like gods, having both the knowledge of good and evil and living forever, right?
Well, that fruit was forever.
Yeah.
Gives you life.
Yeah.
And he couldn't give them that.
Yeah.
Because you sin, and I can't have you living over the years
I wanted to touch on the point like this. Hitler go to heaven.
You want to touch on that? I know, but he brought that up, and I just want to say that it was, it's kind of a contradiction within the Jesus and then the original sin part because, if they were kicked out of the garden for, becoming like gods, having the knowledge of good and evil, and living forever.
They wasn't. They weren't kicked out for becoming like gods. They kicked out. They got kicked out of the Garden of Eden because of their non-acceptance of their sin. See, you got to remember this, man. When God walked into the garden, the first thing he asked, Adam, Eve, where are you? He knew where they was at. He knew what they was doing. He wanted them to tell the truth. If you tell the truth, see, today God forgives us. He's the same God as he was then too. So if he forgive you today, he forgave them then. But he couldn't forgive them because they did not accept their sin.
All right. Did you?
I just wanted to say, did he forgive humanity during the flood story?
The who?
The flood story. Noah. The ark. Right, because it didn't seem like he regretted humanity.
You want to talk about that too?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, God is about righteousness, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was no righteousness on the earth.
Okay.
Why would I continue to let you guys go? I give you all the opportunity you can ask for.
Mm-hmm.
to do right. Ask for forgiveness. Turn your life around. Do what's righteous. It stayed in a sinful state.
Right.
So God does not, he cannot, now I can't come down here and walk among you, or my angels walk among you when you guys are all sinful.
Okay.
Right? Can't put.
All right. Do you consider God to be all powerful, all knowing, and all loving?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Then He created the circumstances in which things and do you consider Him to be perfect?
Oh, God?
Yeah.
Yes, without a doubt, bro.
And He created an imperfect creation.
No, bro. Man created that, man.
And created man.
He created man, but he gave man a choice.
Yeah, exactly.
When he gave man a choice.
Exactly. He created the circumstances.
When he gave man a choice, look here, man. Check this out. When he gave man a choice, look, he gave man a choice. He said, hey, you know, I'm giving you this, you know, man. You go out there and you multiply and do right, what is righteous in God's eyesight, and do the things that are, and I'll bless you. Multitudes, you know, I'll bless you. Well, man decided, and God gave him rules and regulations about marriage, about all that.
Yeah.
But they decided, hey, man, you know what, man? I like the way that girl, you know, that, you know, and here like in Sodom and Gomorrah, hey, we want them men, you know, I want to bone that man, you know, and all that, you know. That's what you bring to the table. God never told you to do that.
Right.
God never okayed you to do that. So who is doing it? God or the people?
Well, He does give you dominion over the earth.
But who is doing it?
People, but He created.
And they have a route to go out.
Right.
They have a route to go out. It isn't saying you got to go and bone that man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It isn't saying you got to lay with that whore.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't saying none of that.
Right.
You make the choice of all this shit, man. We make the choice of everything. Before I kill a nigga, I made the choice to blast his ass, right?
Yeah, of course.
God didn't want me to do that. God told me forgive him.
I mean, well, except for the parts where He tells people
to commit genocide and kill a bunch of people.
Yeah, but
Listen,
other than those
okay,
parts,
you talking about what? Listen, I understand what you're saying. You say he went out and told him, when you conquer this land, kill everybody.
Except for the virgin girls, which is also another.
Well, he never said except for the virgin girls.
I'm pretty sure
that show me that.
He said specifically young girls who have not known a man by laying with him.
Yes.
Those were the words.
Yeah.
So
which means virgin girls, all the other girls gotta die.
So they're not corrupted. You see what I'm saying? I'm only killing off the corrupted.
What about the virgin boys?
You know what I mean?
He said kill all
corrupted.
of them.
So the virgin boys are automatically
corrupted.
The men is following in the footsteps of the father.
Interesting.
You hear me?
Okay.
Everybody
Fair
follow. If I go and show you anywhere in the Middle East, first thing they holler is my dad. I respect my dad. So whatever the dad is doing, the child is gonna do too.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's their way of life. You know what I mean? That's just the way they are. You know what I mean? You come to America, it's a different thing. Like, you know, fuck that nigga. Truly, they don't have that respect for their fathers.
Right.
They don't have that respect for, you know, the elder.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a sad thing because you can learn a lot.
Well, I think
You
some
know, they
people
told you your knowledge comes from your old elder and your strength comes from your youth.
Yeah, I said like 12.
You hear me?
Yeah.
That's how it goes. If you notice, over the last 20 years,
we got them standing out here. I just feel bad. Like,
Yeah,
don't worry about that, brother. I'm a strong brother. You
sure.
believe that? This ain't bothering me standing out here.
for sure. Just checking.
You know, over the past 20 years, let's say, they have went from honoring their elders to outright disrespecting them. Look at that old motherfucker, man. What you doing, old man? Fuck you. You know, when I was coming up, that was never even thought about. You would never even do nothing like that.
Yeah.
You hear me? When I was coming up, brother, you know what I mean? It was like, hey, man, Lucy, looking out that window, I get shook up. Because I don't want to call my mama. My mama way on the other side in down there in San Jacinto.
She'll need to
But
come out.
she knew my mama number though. Yeah, because they was communicate. They was a community.
Exactly.
They all got together, talked and did all kind of different things. You hear me? They would call and say, hey, boy, I see your son down there on the line. You down there, man, showing out.
And that's exactly why we're doing this. We're on a quest for knowledge.
You hear me?
Like we want to bring that sense of community back.
Yeah, and it's understandable. You know, it's a thing that you got to understand is this though, man. You know, a debate isn't gonna do much but make an anger.
That's if you let it get there.
No, I'm just telling you the way it is, brother. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not putting no sugarcoat nothing. I'm just telling you the way it is, brother. I'm 62 years old, man. And I can tell you, I've seen some of the greatest debates in the world. I've seen Muslims debate against Christians. I've seen different debates, you know, Howard University against Harvard. Right. I've seen, you know, where the debates, man, but it only brings anger. You hear me? Yeah, you know, if they lose, I hate the motherfucking niggers, you know? If the blacks lose, man, them motherfuckers give them a chance, you fucking Peckerwood motherfuckers. Yeah, they only gave it to them because they're all Peckerwoods. The judges was Peckerwoods. There were no niggas on the thing, you know? And that's just the way it is, man. Nobody want to accept that they wrong.
I mean,
in actuality, none of them is wrong. It's just a different way of life. You hear me? Black people live different than anybody else, man. White people live different than anybody else. Japanese people live different than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? You know, you come in a Japanese family or a Middle Eastern family, they grin their food like this. And you like, damn, man, what are you using his hand? Maybe give a fork or a spoon or something. Utensils, you know? But that's their naturalness. That's their, you know, their heritage, what they've grown from years back, how they was taught to eat. Black people was taught to eat like, they started off with their hands because they was enslaved. But as they left the enslavement, they started doing things that it was of naturalness. It was a spoon and a fork. You know, we still use our hands when we're digging in the shit, you know what I mean? You know, but most of the food we eat is with our fork and spoon.
Well, except for when we started to really damn, I lost the word that quick. We started to really revolutionize the watermelon. We started to really, you know, grow it, mass produce it. Watermelon and fried chicken. You know, both things that we ate with our hands. So they kind of, you know, oh, you guys are monkeys for this. You know, you guys, you know, uncivilized.
But you asked him to eat it. He can eat it with his hands.
Exactly. How is you go?
Yeah. The same one that called you a monkey is the same motherfucker that's gonna do the same thing the monkey did. But the crazy part to me is how smart the monkey was that you couldn't understand it.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know? That's what blew me away. You know what I mean? So how much more smarter are we than you? You just give us that chance to show you. See, if we have no way of using our knowledge, we lose it. You know what I'm saying? And you know when you're smart is when you're what? A baby.
Yeah, when you have a set.
All you're doing is sharpening it as you grow. You already have the knowledge. It's just being sharpened as you grow up. But the way we live and the way we've been raised, we don't go that route. But if you let them go that route, you see how many prestigious blacks we got? If you really go out there and look, we got a lot of prestigious blacks. You know what I'm saying? You know, their mom and daddy kept on them as a baby. From the womb, you rub a baby while you're in the stomach, the baby learning. You know what I mean? I know this lady, man. She rubbed her baby and sang to her baby all 9 months, every day. Rubbed it and sang. Do you know today that kid is a singer?
Okay.
I know a lady that rubbed her belly, man, and said all the mathematical, you know, equations. You know that little boy is a mathematic whiz. So that baby is learning from the belly. If that baby. You got, you know what I mean? You got to give it what it needs. You
Uh-huh.
got to feed that knowledge. You got to feed it.
Uh-huh.
As long as you feed it, how they say, if I get a dog, the mean dog, if I get a mean dog more food than I give the good dog, which one am I gonna have? Am I gonna like me more?
Yeah, the mean dog.
You know what I'm saying? In other words, you know, it's the one that I feed.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So if you want that knowledge in your child, you have to produce that out of your child. You have to produce that knowledge. Talk to them. Tell them. While they in the belly, hey, you know, I know, you know, man, you down there just chilling with mama's boy. We need, you know what, man? We need a doctor, man. I'm telling you, man, you can do this, son. You know, daughter, and rubbing her and telling her the different things about medical, you know?
Right.
And that child will come out with the knowledge of medical in their mind.
Mm-hmm.
They will strive to become what they was taught.
All right.
Yeah, that's how it works a little bit, yeah.
It's true. You know what I mean? Never thought you was gonna run into a guy like me, huh?
We were definitely hoping for it, you know. But yeah, we got to get to the party before it gets too late, and hopefully we can meet some more people like you. You know, like definitely.
It's good talking to you.
Thank you, man. Capone, man.
Oh, it's very nice to meet you. Ace, this is Ray.
Ace and Ray. All right, man. Y'all be around a lot?
We'll probably walk this way.
Yeah.
The park, Mary Henley.
Mary Henley, yeah.
We usually walk right down.
Oh, okay. Mary Henley. Yeah, that's a big old white park.
It's a big one.
You got different, you know, ethnic groups in there, but that's still a white park.
Yeah, mostly white. You got a lot of guys playing basketball and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's all you gonna get. Them just playing basketball. Shit, ain't gonna be no Negroes on there, man. Playing music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how it.
Every week they have bands.
Yeah.
I ain't seen them invite one Negro to them bands. You know? And they got a lot of them out there that can't wait to get that free advertisement.
Hey, well, you know what? We're going to see if we could try to, you know, get up there. Because we do music as well. Right over here, we do music.
We do music as
so
well.
we're going to see if we can get some of our people, you know.
Yeah, we do a lot of stuff.
Really, bro. Utilize these assets that they have. They can't deny you. Because then you start to tell me that, you know, what you really are is racist.
Exactly.
If not, then you can open the door and let my band find a date and let them come.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then, you know, they can open the door about other races here. You know, they music. Most of the black people that I know have beautiful music, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, rhythm and blues especially.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, now the rap now.
That's you know, there's certain kinds, right? There's certain genres, like.
But most rap, man, got some wild shit in it, man.
Yeah, it does.
A lot of like Kanye, not Kanye, Common. Common got some pretty good music.
Never heard of Common.
Okay.
Never heard of Common?
Never heard of Common.
Are you serious?
Common.
Type it in your phone, and I'll look it up later.
Because I don't have any Wi-Fi.
You never heard of Common?
I don't know. I can't say I have. Maybe we heard him, but we don't know his name. Because we that happens a lot. But as far as I know, I have not heard of him.
Man, y'all don't know who Common is. Common is a very, very, you know, he's up there, bro. I mean, he's a known rapper, but he don't use curse words and all that.
Okay.
I mean, he probably has, but he don't use curse words and all that.
He probably has.
You 40? Put him up.
I don't have any Wi-Fi on my phone.
I'm streaming right now. Hold on.
Right now, so I can't. I type it in my phone. I'll definitely listen to him.
Hey, people. A couple people came in.
I'll put it in my notes.
What's up? Hi. Hello.
Yeah, gotta interact with the stream.
And I could stop until we get to the park if you want.
Yeah, walk there. Pretty nice guy. A lot of wisdom.
All right, so we spent like a little over 29 minutes talking to that dude. What did he say his name was? Capone. He said his name was Capone.
That's a good
Call him
name.
Capone.
Call him Capone.
All right, so
I'm never gonna forget that conversation. Very
we're not even at the park. We have signs. You saw his sign, I'm sure. All right, so if you guys want to debate, hit us up at the Instagram right there. If not, then don't. But yeah, we're going to be at the park right now. We're going to be talking to a few more people. You guys wanted to come in for a beautiful fucking dog. All right.
I was just like recording before you had to set up the screen and shit. I just like slowly unzipped my slowly pull out my phone and start recording. I was gonna ask him, but you know, like what are we doing and shit? And clearly you want to be a part of it. Mm-hmm. I didn't report him. Did you? Huh? Did you report him?
I hope not. I was moving around a bit, so I may have gotten into his face. Done this.
Like, because my only problem is like he didn't fully consent, and he was literally standing on his property.
Yeah, but we were on public property, so it kind of doesn't matter. Right. But like I suppose, like morally, you know.
Oh yeah, I was
legally. It doesn't matter. Morally, I want to be as
morally and legally. Like I was being very careful that not to directly step on the premises.
Mm-hmm.
Well, up until the point where he dropped his jacket.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, yeah, I kind of feel like, I would at least help. But yeah, that's great. First conversation didn't even make it to the fucking park yet.
Yeah.
And be a cold night.
And he was OG, so you know I wasn't.
Oh, you brought your sweater? Did you bring mine?
No, I didn't bring yours. You say you fine. Why would I bring your sweater? What kind of question is that? I bring your sweater.
That's fucked up, man.
Not my brain. Did you bring yours? No, I'm playing. No, but he's OG, so I was trying to like go hide on the topics.
Yeah, I have it in my back pocket.
What to bring?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, and that's exactly why. Like the talk shows and stuff like that. Was streaming. Yeah, but yeah, that's great. That's exactly why the talk shows and shit like that have time and shit. You know, some of them have time, and some of them, like as we're doing this live, like we can't just cut people off. Like as respectful as we're trying to be. Mm-hmm. You know, like he said, it always develops into an argument. Mm-hmm. It didn't. It didn't. It didn't.
We walked away perfectly fine.
Yeah. It did like there was like
say hi, what's up? Welcome to the stream. We're going to be debating about the park in a minute. Hopefully we can find some people. We already talked to one person, so hopefully you guys can come in and engage with that. If not, then you guys can fuck off. Because you know we don't need it.
But yeah, like because like we're being respectful, you know, and stuff like that. Like we can't just somebody off like preaching.
Yeah, that's all. Oh, really? You know, and it evolved into a bunch of different stuff, so we couldn't really stay on topic. We're gonna have to like train to stay on topic.
Yeah.
So yeah,
but yeah, like exactly what he was talking about. I didn't want to turn it into a full-on debate. Like the conversation is good enough now. Mm-hmm. You know, like I can press a little bit harder, you know, on the next person or whatever, you know, and try to keep them to stay on topic.
Yeah, I mean, if they're not an OG out there,
yeah, but asking a few questions and just leading them down certain tracks is the best way to go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like let them say what they believe, you know, and stuff like that. It didn't tear that apart, you know, without stating what the other stuff is necessarily. Because then they're gonna go into, oh, I gotta see that and blah blah blah. And if you're streaming, I don't have Wi-Fi, so we can't just like bring up the verses.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they can bring it up on their phones, like look it up.
Yeah, but you can look it up. We can discuss it. Yeah, that's they're trying to record it too. It's like, yo, you don't have to record it. It's gonna be on YouTube, full video. Don't worry, no cuts.
I'll fucking send it to you. No need to also film.
Yeah, well, there's going to be a cut version and uncut version. All right, so I'm gonna release it as the edited or cut version, and then the extended version or director's cut.
I got most of the conversation at the beginning. Well, a good percentage of it at the beginning. So probably clip that up. I don't know. Depending how well my phone caught him talking. Plus the cars going by and shit.
Yeah, we'll see how the audio works out. This is only a test run anyways. If this doesn't work out as well, we'll have to get the mics so that we can talk through the mics.
Yeah, put it up.
So this is a bus on like audio, and it's super hard to like hear people, and that's gonna be a huge problem.
I mean, we did a quest for knowledge.
Holy speech. So I said holy speech. Holy speech. I don't know what that means. Gee, Willikers, Batman.
But yeah, of course, my guy was touching on a lot of points, and like I mentioned it, but I didn't go too far into it. I was like, yeah, the King James Bible has a lot of problems, and of course he's his one of his responses was like he doesn't know Hebrew, you know. And it's like, of course you don't know Hebrew. I don't fucking know Hebrew. But I'll take the scholarly consensus and what the fuck he's saying. Yeah, you don't.
And he was like, the bus all like me. Yeah, we kind of did.
Yeah, we kind of did.
You're the exact target audience.
Yeah, that we were looking for.
Yeah. It's one of the things that they know what they're talking about.
Yeah, it's one of the things that they know what they're talking about. He didn't exactly pick a topic.
No, he didn't. Well, he did. Slavery. Right?
Yeah, slavery.
But he didn't really. He kind of just. I mean, technically, we won. Because, technically we won. He's like, oh, yeah, the Bible does condemn slavery. And it's like, yeah, this, that.
Oh, yeah. Right. He eventually.
But he only really conceded to the indentured servitude.
Yeah, and like we got him with a couple Bible verses, but of course he said he would have to look it up, and that's why I brought up that problem with one.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I can end the stream and then you can start recording and I can edit that. Yeah. So we start doing it that way. I don't know. Because I can bring up the verses. I can just look up. I do have the what is it? Bible Gateway. Shit, I think it's pulled up somewhere.
It's fine. It's fine. That's fine.
We can do that later on.
Yeah, we'll do that later on. Right now we're just focused on the main things.
Or I can turn on my hotspot for you. I'm not sure what it'll do to the stream at all.
Yeah, don't do that.
I'm not even really sure how clear the stream is.
All right, white stream. Yeah. I only got a few minutes left. There's a bunch of storage.
It's 7 likes. I wonder if you liked it.
So tell them to follow us on YouTube.
That's not very easy.
Yeah, he said it always develops into anger. No, it doesn't. Not always. If you're respectful, I'm respectful.
Yeah,
although there are a bunch of points I wanted to touch up on, fucking sexist and homophobic as fuck.
Yeah. Like a motherfucker.
Also slightly racist, but now you're black, you can just, do different things and shit.
Mm-hmm. Doing good.
How you doing?
You guys okay? You good?
Mm-hmm.